All systems ready.
Hey everybody, this is the Masked Rules Lawyer coming back at you again. Been a little bit, but we are picking up back up on our rankings of every D&D spell, including cantrips, going all the way from starting with cantrips, going through level 9 spells, and we're just going to make slow but sure progress on this to go through and rank these, ranking them from S tier being the highest all the way down to D tier, which are going to be the spells that are pretty much just spells you want to avoid in general. Just to go over again real quick on how I'm going about ranking these. S tier being the best spells that you pretty much always want to take if they're available. Sometimes you'll even go out of your way to pick up a feat or multi-class in order to pick those up because they're just that good. A tier are the really solid spells that if they're available to you, you are going to be strongly considering just about every time. May not necessarily be going so far to pick up a feat or something along those lines to pick it up, but if it's available, easy access, it's going to be one of those strongest choices for you. And then we've got B tier, which are spells that are solid and can be really good in the right situation. They might even be S tier in the right campaign, or right, with the right DM, that sort of thing. But they may not always perform as well. There might be a little bit more situational. C tier are the ones that are generally not going to come up that much, but they are definitely going to have their uses. At times, there's going to be times where you're going to be glad that you had it, but it's probably not going to come up much. And D tier, as I said, they're the traps. They're the ones that you just, even if they sound cool on paper, they're the ones that you're going to want to avoid. So picking back up on this, we are up to Encode Thoughts, which is not as well of a known of a cantrip because that is exclusive to the Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica. Now, I'm not overly familiar with this cantrip myself, since I don't have the Guide to Ravnica, and I was just kind of just reading up on this. Now, this is an enchantment cantrip with a casting time of 1 action, a range of self, somatic components, duration of 8 hours, and it is exclusive to wizards. You pull a memory, an idea, or a message from your mind and transform it into a tangible string of glowing energy called a thought strand, which persists for the duration or until you cast the spell again. The thought strand appears in an unoccupied space within 5 feet of you as a tiny, weightless, semi-solid object that can be held and carry like a ribbon. Is otherwise stationary. If you cast a spell while concentrating on a spell or an ability that allows you to read or manipulate the thoughts of others, such as detect thoughts or modify memory, you can transform the thoughts or memories you read, rather than your own, into a thought strand. Casting the spell while holding a thought strand allows you to instantly receive whatever memory, idea, or message the thought strand contains. Casting detect thoughts on the strand has the same effect. Okay, so let's break this down a little bit because this is kind of a weird one. Duration of 8 hours. It's really weird for a cantrip. This is just all around a weird spell, especially for a cantrip. I'm not going to say it's not got its uses because there's definitely. It's kind of like a pensieve from Harry Potter. You can. Store a memory or something like that into this, or a message to be found. So it's definitely got uses, and if you're comboing it with detect thoughts or a similar spell like that, you can even use this on your enemies. But I'm not sure how useful it's going to be using it on an enemy. I guess you can detect thoughts and um, you know, I guess if you're like dealing with a situation where there's some kind of corruption and you need to um, reveal the this corruption of this ruler or something to his people or something like that. You're detecting thoughts. That's not going to do a whole lot there, but you can bring this spell to this thought strand to the proper authorities or something, and they can see um, what you've seen. Then I guess how much how useful is that going to be at that point? How convincing is that going to be? They're already going to see as magic, so are people going to automatically believe that this is the truth? Um, I think that there's a lot of DM interpretation and like what kind of campaign this is set up for um, is going to determine how useful this is. This is a cantrip, so um, it's not like you're wasting spell slots on it or anything like that. But it seems pretty situational to me. Um, but I think there are definitely going to be situations where this could really come in handy. Could be very cool. Um, even as like a distraction. You can create a thought strand, and you can kind of double up. Um, you know, from some of the other cantrips we've talked about, that like minor illusion, that you can sort of make your own distraction with. Of course, this isn't anywhere as flexible as minor illusion. This is going to be that one thing, but you can uh, create it, and it's like you know some guard was walking past and sees a thing that's going to look weird to them. It might be a pretty solid distraction. Um, I'm a little bit torn whether to give this a B or a C, because in political intrigue and it's kind of like a spy type campaign. This I could see this being really useful. Like this could be a you know almost S tier level cantrip, but I think those campaigns are really few and far between. Uh, that this is going to come up in. Um, I really like the flavor though; it is cool. Um, I'm not, and like I said, the duration of 8 hours for a cantrip is pretty neat. Um, I think if you are comboing it with the spells like Detect Thoughts, Modify Memory, that can amplify this and make it a little bit more useful, I think it's even better. Um, so yeah, I'm going to give it a B, but it's not a strong B. Um, More like it's like a B minus, because there are definitely campaigns where this is going to be escalated, and depending on what your DM sets you up with, this could be really cool. But I think most of the time you're just going to um, be sitting there with it on your spell sheet, and it's just not going to come up a lot. So it's going to be very campaign dependent. Um, well, yeah, you guys tell me what you think. Am I not giving Encode Thoughts enough credit, or am I, you know, overselling it a little bit? What do you guys think about this? It's definitely one of those more unique cantrips that doesn't get talked about very much because it's not in one of the mainstream, I guess, D&D guides. So really curious to know what people think about this one. Um, have you guys got ideas to make this more useful than I'm giving it credit for? Definitely let me know your thoughts on, and while you're at it, a like and subscribe would definitely be appreciated. We're still trying to get this channel off the ground, and every like and subscribe helps. So yeah, definitely, like I said, leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on Encode Thoughts, and I'll catch you guys back next time. Thanks.